Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we are sharing more details on the DCV, also known as the Destiny Content Vault. Back in June, we introduced the concept of the Destiny Content Vault, an approach to evolving the game that will allow us to add new content, while bringing back some of Destiny's greatest hits from the past, and support Destiny 2 for years to come. As a quick refresher, when Year 4 kicks off on November 10th, Io, Titan, Mars, Mercury, and Leviathan will all enter the Destiny Content Vault to make room for the Cosmodrome's return and Europa's debut. Jesus Christ. Dude, Europa better be big. I already know how big the Cosmodrome is. It ain't that big, but Europa better be ginormous. Since announcing the DCV, we know there have been a lot of questions about what's going away, how game systems will evolve to reflect a more dynamic nature to Destiny 2's future. Most questions are answered by this rule of thumb. When a destination goes into the DCV, so too do its PvE activities and associated rewards. But there are some edge cases, and we want to be crystal clear with players about the details of what's staying and what's going so that there's no confusion and everyone can prepare. Today, we're going to explore what Destiny 2 will look like on November 10th. Then we're going to spend some time helping you plan your gameplay to finish up your quests, earn your triumphs, and complete your collections before November 10th. Alrighty then. So first up, core activities. These involve Destiny 2 strikes, Crucible, Gambit, raids, dungeons. These are the associated activities that will be gone on November 10th. So on the right here, moving into the DCV, we got Io, the Pyramidion, the Festering Core, Savage Song, Strange Terrain, Will of a Thousands, Tree of Probabilities, Garden World. Those strikes go bye-bye. Don't worry though, guys. We still got the good ones. Arms Dealer, Lake of Shadows. Look. The Corrupted. Low-key, I know nobody likes that strike, but it's my favorite. Now, at the bottom, they included that Destiny Devil's Lair and Fallen Saber are coming out of Vault in Year 4. Okay, boys, those are actually Destiny 1 strikes, so those are making a return, obviously due to Cosmodrome also making a return. Now, Gambit and Gambit Prime. As a reminder, Gambit and Gambit Prime will be merging into a single experience when Year 4 kicks off on November 10th. The new version of Gambit will be similar to Gambit Prime, as a single round faced off with tweaked blockers, heavier moat drain, and some changes to the primeval fight. We will give more details on these updates before the revamped mode goes live next season. Unlike strikes and PvE content, the Year 4 Gambit playlist map selection is a best of list, and it's one of those edge cases we mentioned above. We felt it was important to keep the selected Gambit maps in rotation for the best competitive play, regardless of their destination's fictional state. All right, so the places that are going away: Cathedral of Scars, that's the Dreaming City Gambit map, and Kel's Grave. Thank God. Dude, I hate that map. I fall off every single time. Now, the Gambit maps are still gonna be here. Emerald Coast, hallelujah. Legion's Folly, okay. Deep Six, I'm all right with it. New Arcadia, it's okay. Note, as we perform maintenance on the activity, Gambit Prime armor perks will be deprecated. We're exploring ways to rebalance and reintroduce some of these perks as armor mods in the future. Alongside these changes, we'll be rotating some maps into the DCV while retaining popular arenas for the mode. Interesting. Difficulty-wise, I wonder where it's going to sit, right? Gambit Prime is definitely much harder, has much more difficult enemies. I'm assuming it's essentially going to still be similar to Gambit Prime, considering that it's just going to be one round, but I wonder what the name's going to be. We've been speculating for a while now. Jay was calling it Gambit Perfected, which could definitely be the case. Gambit Perfected, the merging of both the Gambit modes. I could see it. Yeah. Moving on. Crucible. Like Gambit, the new Crucible map playlist will be curated best of mix and will be pulled from both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2's Legacy. Here's a look at the planned rotation in Year 4, as well as the maps being vaulted. Okay, boys, this is gonna be big. Hold on. Let's take a real quick look at the Destiny 1 maps that are staying. Bannerfall, Exodus Blue, Rusted Lands, Twilight Gap. Really, that's it? I thought this was gonna actually tell us new Destiny 1 maps that are coming back. These are the same ones we got. I need some Frontier, man. Cosmodrome, it makes sense. The Destiny 2 maps that are staying: Altar, Flame, Anomaly, Burnout, Cauldron, Convergence, Dead Cliffs, Distance, Endless Veil, Fortress, Fragment, Javelin. Thank God Javelin's staying. Midtown, no. Pacifico, Radiant Cliffs, Widow's Court, Wormhaven. Damn it, Wormhaven. The maps that are going away. Meltdown. No, I actually like that one. At least that map tries to do something different. Solitude. Yeah, okay. Retribution. Citadel. Emperor's Respite. Dude, why is that? You know, when was the last time you even played Emperor's Respite? When was the last time? I haven't seen that map in years. Equinox. Haven't seen it in years. Eternity. Haven't seen that one in years. Firebase Echo. Gambler's Ruin. Legion's Gulch. Vostok. Dude, why are all the big maps leaving. You know, occasionally I like to play with a weapon called a scout rifle. It's difficult to do that on Anomaly. Well, that kind of sucks. Bungie continues, as year 4 starts, we're also taking the opportunity to focus on the Crucible experience by reducing the number of PvP playlists and modes to those that receive the most play. This will increase the matchmaking pools for the remaining playlists and make it easier to find matches with better connections. We'll have a full preview of Crucible changes later this season, but here's a preview of modes that will be active and modes that will be transitioning into the DCV. All right, first up, let's just hit the modes that are going to be transitioning to the DCV. Supremacy, Countdown, Lockdown, Breakthrough, Doubles, Momentum Control, Scorch. No, Momentum Control is kind of fun. It does have an asterisk, so I wonder. It'll probably like rotate in every now and then. The modes that are staying though: Rumble, Clash, Control, Elimination, Showdown, Survival, Mayhem Clash, and of course Iron Meta Control and Trials of Osiris, which is caddy there as they are rotational playlists. But notice no classic playlists here. Okay, that's actually a good thing. I've been saying for a while now they needed to consolidate the playlist, and this is a mistake they did back in D1. To all of a sudden see them consolidate at the end of Destiny 1 to then suddenly go into Destiny 2, repeat the same mistake, and now here we go again, consolidating. Dude, sometimes I wonder if Bungie is just so close to the grindstone every day, they kind of like forget what the hell they did last year. Trials of Osiris note. In case it's not clear from the note above, the Trials of Osiris experience is not impacted by other content moving into the DCV this year. The Lighthouse will continue to be available to those who are able to complete a flawless passage. All right, Trials is still on the menu, baby. Raid and Dungeons. No dungeons will be rotating into the DCV this November, as all dungeon hosting destinations will remain active in the game during year 4. Note that the Prophecy Dungeon will become temporarily unavailable for a brief period to allow our team to make necessary technical updates. Expect details on the updates and timing soon. So that is a fantastic thing. Bungie obviously must have figured something out in the code, right? Because I was under the impression that everything that was getting vaulted would require all associated assets to also be vaulted. But notice they're leaving certain maps, certain activities, certain things, despite the home planet being vaulted here. Shadow Throne though, Pit of Heresy, and Prophecy will still be available coming this November. Like Strike's raids follow the simple vaulting rule. As a destination enters the DCV, so too does its raids. All right, so this is actually married up here. Leviathan raid is going away. Eater World, Spire of Stars, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrows, goodbye. Better get that Terraba and Anarchy now, fellas. Really, you better get it now. Like, I don't even know how you're going to be able to get the weapons after this point. Maybe they'll say. The raids that are staying though: Redacted, aka whatever the new raid's going to be, Last Wish, and Garden of Salvation. And again, we're supposed to begin Vault of Glass 2.0 at some point in the future. Anticipating players would want to grab the coveted raid rewards and triumphs before they enter the vault. This year's Moments of Triumph currently features the 5 raids being added to the DCV, with reward lockouts removed to make grinding them well extra rewarding. If you're looking to earn your raid ring, Moments of Triumph seal, or just finish collecting the last few items for your collections, you have the rest of the season to jump in with your friends and close out strong. We also plan to bring the Vault of Glass out of the DCV and into Destiny 2 for the first time at some point during year 4. Okay then, look guys, I don't know if you're not sociable or not, or if you just don't like people, or maybe you just don't like doing raids. I get it. I completely understand it. There's a lot of times when I game, I just want to sit back and vibe, dude. I don't want to do or talk to anyone. But please, for the love of God, make sure you get the raid associated exotics. If not Terraba, at least get Anarchy. I need you to load up in Scourge of the Past. Find you some people that you can tolerate for about an hour and a half at most, and slap that raid at least once a week from now until November. But again, you can repeatedly keep doing that raid over and over again. There is no cap or limitations or reward lockouts on your raids. And you actually get an increase for each completion of the raid in possible loot drops. Meaning, eventually, you will get this. Honestly, I love this. Bungie, please add bad luck protection and everything else. Like, what the hell? Why is it only going for the things that are getting vaulted? That's a good quality of life change. Don't just do it for the stuff that's about to be obsolete. Now moving on. Exotic quests. Oh, dude, this has got to be a nightmare. Like, just thinking about all the exotic quests, strikes, raids, everything that's just intertwined, and now you're having to vault certain things. There's a crazy guy at Bungie right now with like all the content on one marker board, just connecting all the activities. Exotic quests though. As content enters the DCV, there will be some exotic quests that can obviously no longer be completed in their original forms. Those quests will be retired on November 10th and incomplete progress abandoned. If you want to acquire these exotics via the original quests, do so prior to the end of Season of Arrivals. This includes Stern, Mod and Multi-Tool, Rat King, Legend of Acreus, Sleeper Simulant, Polaris Lance, Roll on Zero, Ace of Spades, Last Word, Le Monarch, Jotun, Izanagi's Burden, Thorn, Lumina, Truth, Bad Juju. That's a lot of weapons. None of these legacy exotics are being retired from Destiny 2. The original acquisition journeys are simply entering the DCV alongside their supporting destination and activity content. We still want new and existing players to be able to earn these legacy exotics, so starting in year 4, any exotic tied to a quest that has been vaulted, like those listed above, will now become available through a new memorial kiosk situated among the vault kiosks in the tower. We'll have more information later this season on how the exotic archive works and how to earn any exotics that you don't get your hands on before year 4. It'll probably be something similar to what? That exotic cipher? What's that little thing? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Probably gonna be something like that you can obtain in the wild to get these weapons, which, think back on the Sturm quests. You know what I mean? Some of these quests were really annoying. Polaris Lance, Sleeper Simulant. I mean, they weren't terribly difficult, they were just kind of time consuming. So I am gonna be interested to see exactly what they put forward as a currency to acquire these exotics. Now you may be asking, hey, what about the catalysts previously acquired through content that's now in the DCV? Here's a list of catalysts that are going into the DCV and will be unavailable to earn starting in Season 12. Okay, so available catalysts on November 10th. All of these exotics moving to the DCV though. Bad Juju catalyst, Huckleberry catalyst. Oh no, you better get that. Izanagi's Burden catalyst. You better get that too. Legend of Acreus catalyst. Jesus, these are really good catalysts. Polaris Lance, you can live without it. Skyburner's Oath, Sleeper Simulant, actually a very good catalyst. Telesto, not bad. Outbreak Perfected, yes. Whisper of the Worm, yes. Roll on Zero, doesn't matter, got nerfed last season and you can't speedrun with it. Okay, the things they have not mentioned. Sturm and Mighty Multi-Tool happen to have a weapon that's tied to them, aka Drain and Mighty Multi-Mini-Tool. What the hell's happening to those weapons? They're about to be sunset. I say this as a Sturm user, not necessarily a Mighty user. Honestly, I don't even care if Mighty dies. I just more or less care what happens to Sturm, man. Now Bungie continues, if you have these catalysts already equipped and their objectives completed, you can continue using them at your leisure. Well, Jesus, I would hope so. If you already have any catalysts with an asterisk, make sure you finish completing the necessary objective to apply it as the objective will no longer be available at the end of season of the rivals. Okay, so there are some asterisks up here. Sleeper, Telesto, Outbreak Perfected, Whisper, Roll on Zero. Keep those things in mind, guys. You gotta complete them. And I'm assuming the other catalysts, what? Skyburner's Oath, Polaris Lance, Legend of Acreus. All these exotics don't have to have their exotic catalyst completed. Am I getting that right? You just have to have the objective going? I'm confused. Bungie does state though, all of these catalysts will come out of the vault and be made available with new objectives if needed in a future season. God dog it, I would hope they would all come back out. Jesus, Bungie, what does that even mean? If needed. Skyburner's Oath needs all the help it can get. Of course it needs an exotic catalyst and a buff, but you still didn't answer my question. What goes away when a destination is vaulted? When a destination enters the DCV, its PvE content will no longer be available. Explicitly, this includes their unique story missions and cinematics, strikes, raids, dungeons, adventures, secret missions, vendors, and associated bounties, destination-specific patrols, collectibles and scannables, destination-specific activities, freely roaming the destinations themselves, exploring lost sectors, etc. Greg! Yeah, those things go away, man. So keep that in mind. What will new Guardians experience if the Year 1 campaigns are going away? With some of the core Year 1 destinations entering the vault, it's true. The free-for-all players will not be able to experience Red War, Curse of Osiris, and Warmind campaigns. We are building a new, expanded Guardian origin story on the Cosmodrome that will launch alongside Year 4 and will be available to all Guardians to play. It is designed to introduce you to the world and mechanics of Destiny and prepare you to play the action MMO game we all enjoy. The Forsaken and Shadowkeep story campaigns will still be playable in Year 4 for owners of those expansions. Dude, that's actually really interesting. I do think they need to have a different change for new light players, make the game a little more inviting. Who the hell likes the Red War, huh? I mean, come on. Warmind? Warmind wasn't bad. Curse of Osiris was alright. Obviously, Forsaken and Shadowkeep picked it up a level, right? Especially Forsaken. At the same time, it kind of sucks that you won't be able to experience all the dialogue that Kate had in the Red War. That was some funny stuff. What's happening to the Whisper and 0 Hour secret missions and their exotic rewards? The Whisper is entering the vault alongside Io, and so too is 0 Hour, given the Old Tower was part of the Red War campaign, which is also entering the vault. Their exotic weapons rewards will not be acquired acquirable until we find a new way to introduce them. So if you're keen to get them, make sure you do that now. Dude, there is no better incentive than fear, right? Fear of missing out. And Bungie's all about that right now in this TWAB. With Forsaken campaigns, Tangled Shore, and Dreaming City sticking around after Beyond Light's launch, does that mean other Year 2 seasonal content will remain playable in Year 4 too? No. The Year 2 seasonal content, including Forges, Reckoning, and Menagerie, will be entering the DCV on November 10th. Be sure to experience that content and mark the final items off your collections and checklists before they are vaulted. Here's a cheat sheet for what to complete. This sucks. No more forge farming. That's what they're trying to say, fellas. Boys, forge farming is officially gonna die. Not that it's already not kind of dead, but we always figured out a way around it, right? Like there was always something we did season to season where Bungie would just like forget forges were a thing and we would get a ton of loot for like a good week before it got patched. Now though, it's going away, man. Dude, I'm so sad. We have no doubt that you'll have more questions on what's coming and going this fall. We'll be sharing more updates, and Destiny player support will always have the latest updates available in our help archives. Here's a link to our DPS article that shares more details on the DCV. Alrighty, guys. Well, fellas, that's your TWAB. Don't know what you're thinking, but just in case you are sad though, and you're like, dang, man, all this content's going away. I like Menagerie, it's fun. Arguably the best activity inside of Destiny. Don't worry, man. We got Prime Gaming. Yeah! You got Twitch Prime, baby. Look at this. You get free stuff. What, is that Sleeper? Oh, that's a Sparrow. You get a Sparrow that looks like Sleeper. Dude, that's such an ingenious idea. Like you run out of different ideas to make Sparrows, so you're just like, yo, don't you just take that weapon, blow it up, put a seat on it. Boom, Sparrow. By the way, we did have a hotfix that went out today. Sources of Heroes. You can now get Bright Does from the weekly and repeatable bounties, which is good. Also, the Means to an End, where it would accidentally get removed from players' inventory, can now be reacquired. Overall, I'm glad they're being pretty transparent about the DCV, but you know, they kind of gotta be. I'm sure many of us would just jump up and start raging if we suddenly log in after November 10th and realize half the game is gone. But this is a reality, man. If you like any of these people up here, they're also about to leave, obviously. Sloan, Annabray, this old looking guy, Triple Wreck. These folks are all going, man. What you don't see on this list is Greg, which it pains me to see that Bungie hasn't even acknowledged Greg, but it's whatever. Like I said before, Greg doesn't showboat. He was second in line for the throne right after Oryx. He had every reason to take it, but all he wanted to do was retire to Titan, his little humble cave. Be honest, it's kind of incredible that he even got down there. There's some small doorways, man, but that's just the kind of man Greg is. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.